Welcome, Libra, to your weekly reading. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It is for the week of April 19th. We will pull a major arcana for the overall energies for the week, and then the progression, hidden, unexpected, challenge, and then to top it off with a oracle card for guidance. Let's see what's going on. I hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. I'm Veronica, this is Veronicas Dreams. Let's get started. What is the major arcana for our Libras? What is this? Oh, you got the High Priestess. You know, when I see this coming up as an overall energy for the week, it's really a week about you trusting yourself. Um, I look at the High Priestess as definitely that kind of that inner knowing and knowing almost, it's not the moon, but there is a feeling to me of knowing what's real and what's not, and just trusting your intuition, those little, things that say, oh, that make you go, should I, shouldn't I? Let's see what's going on. Maybe it'll give us an idea here. So let's continue with the three cards. How does this week progress? How does this week progress? Okay, let me turn the cards around. We got 8 of Cups to begin with. 2 of Clarity, which is the 2 of Swords, and ending with, top to top, 9 of Cups. Things seem to work out. What you don't see, King of Clarity, which is Swords again. Okay, Unexpected. That's the 6 of Clarity. Lots of Swords going straight down, Cups over here. Very interesting energy. Challenge for the week. Chariot. Oh boy. Okay, the World's showing up at the bottom of the deck, which I'm not really using the bottom of the deck, but it does feel to me like this is really important. Just with the way this ends, and there's that feeling of, again, that High Priestess, that feeling that, just trusting yourself here, because I'll show you the cards, but right now we've got the 8 of Cups, walking away, knowing something needs to change or something's not serving you. You're going, okay, it's time for me to move forward, move away from this other thing. But then you come up on a decision, and it's probably right. It makes sense sometimes when we go, oh, I'm going to walk away from this. Well, wait a minute, why? Or it could be a new decision coming in. But having that 9 of Cups top the week off, it feels good. Like, okay, I made the right decision. I'm doing the right thing. So let's dig into the 8 of Cups a little bit. This is that walking away energy at the beginning of the week. I'm going to use a different deck. Okay. So tell me more about this 8 of Cups, please. What is the 8 of Cups telling us? Temperance. Yeah, something's not feeling right. You want more. So the Temperance can be about emotional balance, about creating something new, being in a position of being able to create. The 8 of Cups is, the walking away. You want more. You don't feel like you're in a good spot emotionally, and you don't feel like you're creating what you truly want to create, whatever this issue is. Now, again, we're talking about the High Priestess as your major, so it does have something to do with your intuition. So use that as your guide for the reading. This could be relationship, it could be work, it could be family, it could be just a house, or it could be anything. So let's continue, because then we have the 2 of Swords, which hits you in the middle of the week. So this is that energy of making a decision, having a couple different options. But the 2 of Swords is also not doing that. Like, right, you're sitting there with those two, how long can you be in that position? You got to open those eyes, make that choice, which I think you do. You got the 9 of Cups as a clarifier. You really, this is great, because your week ends with the 9 of Cups, but that 9 of Cups energy is, reaching those dreams, being in a great spot, feeling good about things. It's really the wish card, but on a weekly basis, sometimes I think you got to settle it down. It might not be your true, like those wishes that are way up here, but it is feeling really good about what's happening. Like you are reaching your dreams. So yeah, but that's what the decision is. How do I get there? There's something that's going to pop in. Let me pull another clarifier here. Something's going to pop in that makes you go, which way should I go? What should I choose, A or B? King of Pentacles. So some of you, this could be about relationships, and it doesn't have to be a male here because we do have the King of Clarity down here. So it could be making a decision between two people. This also could be work related, making a decision about a job or a promotion. Ace of Cups was showing up at the bottom of the deck. So for a lot of you, this does have to do with relationships. You're like walking away from one, but looking at something new coming in and deciding whether to move forward with that. The end of the week gives you that Nine of Cups, that that comfort feeling, that reaching your wishes, having everything you feel like you need. So the end of the week's going to feel good. Maybe you go out on a date over the weekend, something like that. um let's see. Yeah, Ten of Swords. You put an end to something, and that's making you feel good. Whatever this is that you're walking away from, you decide by the end of the week that you are definitely putting an end to it. You're also putting an end to your decisions that you're making. So you're truly making a decision instead of just in that mode of not making a decision, holding the two crystals. So I do feel like that's super good. What you don't see is the King of Clarity. He's the King of Swords. So this could be somebody in your life. And again, if this is love, it doesn't have to be a male. It could be, it is a strong person though. It is a mature person for sure, regardless of gender. But it's also a very, um, they're kind of very decisive, but I do feel like this could be someone coming in that helps you. Now, if this is job related, again, it could be just someone is out there for you that you might not realize is there. It's in the what you don't see. Yeah, this could be for some of you Libras. This could be someone coming in from the past or someone from your past that is going to help in this situation in some degree or another. It's not a negative thing. It's definitely a positive thing. And it's hard to get the exact because it's what you don't see. And sometimes, those are just like something's out there that's helping you. And I do feel like it's a person. So someone, it could be like giving you quiet, like saying, oh, this person does a great job, or it could be someone that's watching you as well and maybe is looking, okay, I want a relationship with that person, depending on your situation. Six of Swords, and which is Six of Clarities in your unexpected. We have these swords all through the middle. So I feel like this happens in the middle of the week, is that you will definitely go, yes, I am moving on. I feel like there's a question here because it goes from Eight of Cups to Two of Swords. And that Two of Swords, or the Two of Clarity here, is when you decide, yes, I am moving forward. I am moving to something better. And that's where you hit that Nine of Cups. Tell me more about this Six of Clarity, please. Yeah, Four of Wands. There feels like there could be like, oh, I mean, it could be, I don't want to say it's necessarily like a wedding or something, but it could be like you moving towards a relationship that definitely feels more fulfilling, more long term, feels like something that you can celebrate. If it's a job, same thing. It's going to feel long term. It's going to feel like you can celebrate it. You you may be really having fun this weekend too, like the weekend after the 19th. So when would that be? Like 6 days, the 25th ish. Um, could be that too. So what your challenge is though, the Chariot. Now I'm going to clarify this because there's two things when it shows up in the challenge. Either you're not moving fast enough or you're moving too fast. What's the challenge? Either you need to get your stuff together or you need to slow down. But I feel like the challenge is this is going to be moving really fast. And you're going to have to grab a hold of those reins a little bit to keep it under control. Let's see what we got. We have got the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to have, it's moving fast and the Pentacles are slow and precise and do things with intent. All of the pentacles are slower. So this is asking you, if you really want to create something well, Three of Pentacles, you might need to pull in the reins a little bit, slow this process down, because it does look to me like things are going to be moving really fast this week. I do think you're going to have a really fun weekend. So, which is really kind of great. So it would be the weekend after the 19th. Like, it's how this reading ends. Let's see what your advice is. I'm going to use the Enchanted Map Oracle. Libra. Oh, details, details. Let's see what that's about. So details, details, the finer points. I love it when like I almost pulled to the exact page. It was 44, 43. I pulled to the card 47. So there's the 43. I'm gonna hold it up, hopefully right. The most powerful patterns are created within the finest details. Pay attention. This is the time to be aware of the fine print in the areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another time. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project, make small but meaningful gestures, or add a personal touch to correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it's too late. Clarity and transparency are key. You can gain great understanding by observing the minute body language, offhand remarks, and fleeting facial expressions that reveal the larger picture. And that's really interesting, because looking in the details, having that come up at the end, reminds me a lot too of the High Priestess. It's like, don't pay attention after, trust those little things that make you go, oh, should I, shouldn't I? Also, I feel like with those crystals lining up in the middle of the reading has a lot to do with that as well. They're about clarity. They're about preciseness, right? Swords are about being precise, being clear, being, um, direct. So I do feel like there is that space for you this week to make sure that you don't overlook those. And that, again, going back to that the chariot and the challenge, sometimes if slowing it down will help you see the details too. So just kind of pull those reins in and have a fun weekend. I think you're going to have a really fun weekend and enjoy it. So take care. Have a beautiful day.